I took a bit of a personal journey with it. I think I called my family. I called my country, the people from my country, and I'm lucky, I've got them on speed dial on my phone, so it's a bit difficult for other people. But I called them, and it was just a reaffirmation of my culture and my heritage that I spoke to them about. I went back in depth over our history, and it's a very checkered history. Like great grandfather was of the stolen generation.
Mm-hmm.
He had his rights he actively gave up his rights so that he could get married and have a home and have children. He married an Irish woman. So, for me, that is something that, personally, deep down, I want to do anyway. So I find that activity quite easy. As I said, I have them on speed dial. For other trainees, other consultants, other fellows, how affected were we today when we had our welcome to country? How powerful was our welcome to country today at the ANZCO? And it was incredible. And to learn all, more language and more history about this area that we're in, I think it was quite powerful. And I would move people who were there not to feel that they didn't feel something about that. So, and that is easily accessible, I would have thought. I mean, we have Aboriginal cultural centres all around, or Indigenous culture centres all around Brisbane, all around every area, every city that we live in. It would be quite, you walk in there and you will be welcomed because, it's an active process that you're undergoing. And I think that any Indigenous or First Nations people that see non-Indigenous people proactively going about trying to increase their knowledge are incredibly empowered. Incredibly empowered.
You're right. And from an adult learning perspective, on the CPD program, we have knowledge, skill, and attitude. And attitude is a very large component of adult learning. And this ongoing learning, lifelong learning, is a big component of what we're looking at here. And the right attitude to this as a journey.
And I would say to fellows that there are, in every city, there are Aboriginal land councils. The universities will have a list of cultural education providers. And by way of an example, in 2023, I did 2 big activities and a lot of small activities that helped me. And one of them was going to the land, one of the 2 lands that I serve as a clinician, to the Worimi land, and to an immersive all-day workshop. And it's the entire content and day is run by the Worimi Land Council, and they took us to see sites and shield trees, and we learned how to dig fresh water from the sandhills, because this is saltwater country, but we drank the water. So we dug and we drank the water, and then they drew circles on the sand, taught us the old way about what's been lost: land, law, family and culture, and in this traditional way of teaching, in this traditional space on their country, it was so powerful, and that learning will never leave me. Like, it was just phenomenal, and it was loving and giving. There's a sense, we all feel when we're learning about the history of the violent colonisation and ongoing policy damage that's been done. I think everyone feels some shame as a non-Indigenous person as well. How am I a part of this if I'm not doing something? And so, but I think feeling that uncomfortable feeling is really important for learning, and you can feel discomfort with kindness. And if you do that, and the people teaching in these courses are really wanting you to come to a healing place, a shared kind of reconciliated healing as a country, and I think it's wonderful. So connecting with immersive education would be the most high value. And the other thing I did was with the Australian Indigenous Doctors Association run a really intensive training program, and because it's run by Indigenous doctors, it is spot on for its applied cultural safety learning that you're practicing with problem-based cases in in really relevant scenarios. So that's another high recommendation from me.
Absolutely fantastic.